Hey, this is curious, and I tried to sit here and try to think of what I wanted to say and make a polished video so I could condense it all together and make something worth watching. But I can't really do that unless I just talk to the camera, like I'm talking to someone. And especially when it's a subject that's very difficult for me. Because You know, I've been listening to this thing with TJ and nuclearnight and all these issues about economics and socialism and communism and some of my own views too about post scarcity, redistribution of wealth, and all that. And but I wanted to get back to nuclear night, you know, because I want to say personally, I like her. I personally find that even though I haven't subscribed to her channel or made a friend invite or anything, it's that every time I've seen her, I've never personally been irritated by her. Oh, I mean, she's got me steamed about what she says, but she hasn't made me mad about, angry with her, you know? And, but at the same time, you cannot talk about Nuclear Night without talking about her badge of politics that she holds up first and foremost for anyone who cares to know who and what she embodies. And that's pretty much feminist liberalism. I mean, not liberalism, Marxism. She's a communist. And I feel conflicted by that because, on the one hand, I'm like, oh my god, commie! And I'm not too far from there because, as a kid I ran around freaking Wolverines, and I hated the commies. It was the terrorist, for freaking conservatives or young conservatives or whatever. And now it's freaking, ooh, we hate the terrorists, same thing kind of in a way. But it's really hard to separate those issues because while I might say, ooh, that's bad, once you get into some of the politics of those issues, macroeconomics, redistribution of wealth, supply side versus demand side, economics, quality of living, universal health care, a lot of things I fall left of center on economic issues. I'm pretty much a near scarcity, post scarcity to pre-post scarcity person myself because I'm a futurist, Actually a techno-agrarian, which is just something I made up, but it has to do with how I see futurism, my idea of futurism, my ideal, And if I examine that, that's almost socialist, and it's like, that's just very unsettling because a lot of my ideas are somewhat libertarian, but everything gets juxtaposed. Everything gets twisted around, juxtaposition, and I don't know how to say that. That's a tongue twister for me. But the point is that once you start examining all these issues, it gets very complicated to say, oh, that's bad, but I stand for this, and this is good. It's almost like it's a point of semantics, except in the fact that when you put ideas of Leninism and ideas of communism and add this new feminist thing, well, you know exactly where that's been and where that's gonna go. And my nads ain't going on that block. You know what I'm saying? So, on that. But at the same time, in the growing debate between people, the feminist camps that believe in a right of a same, how do they say it? The right for women to have the same sexual rights as men, versus ones that do not want women objectified. Strangely, I fall into the non-objectification category more than the other. Well, I mean, I like my, I can't say I'm family values conservative because I like all the things of, all the vices, the strippers, the porn, all the objectification of women. I just don't like the empowerment of it so much that I find freaking the non-objectification argument more valid. I'd rather give up a little porn and stand by my principles, I guess. Because I agree with it, than actually say, hey, someone like, well, I'm not going to name names, but there's a few people out there in the atheist community that really, hit hard about the whole feminine empowerment thing in the same, I keep wanting to say same-sex rights, but sexual gender equality camp. That's, I guess you could put it. And frankly, I don't buy it. You either respect a woman or, she's a whore. No, I shouldn't have said that. Damn it, this is not the video I wanted to make. I wanted to say I like nuclearnight, but I don't agree with her politics. And I guess I couldn't put it any better right there. I'm trying to make a quality video here. Crap. But I gotta talk to the camera because that's just the way I am. So, So, to get back on topic, I'm trying to say that in the two camps, I generally lean towards the non-objectionist one because, frankly, it's a little closer to the one that is the more conservative view of women. And yet, I don't support gender roles either. So much. I kind of do. But I deny the logic of the social conservative camp that says, oh, well, we want this woman to be the housewife, the home wife, but we expect this other woman to be, the stripper and what do you call it, but we don't want them in the office, I find all three camps limiting because I would say that there is an ideal in there somewhere within all three of those. Of course, that's the way I am with everything. I just, I want a buffet society. Of course I want a buffet society. Who doesn't? You know what I mean? Especially a fatty like me. But that's just it. I enjoy the choice, and yet I am iffy. It's really hard to say, well, I enjoy my choice and I want this, but here's why you shouldn't have yours. And yet there's just not enough to go around. There's only so many serving sizes on, and there's only so many freaking things on the menu. Forget it. I think Nuclear Night is cool, and I just, I can't get over the fact that she's a communist. I wish she wasn't. That's all I could say.